Knives Out was one of my favorite movies of 2019. So when I heard that Ryan Johnson and his producing partner Ram Bergman got a $469 million deal from Netflix to make Knives Out 2 and Knives Out 3, I was very, very excited. So was it money well spent or not? Let's talk about Glass Onion. Written and directed by Ryan Johnson and a sequel to the widely popular Knives Out, Glass Onion tells the ongoing story of famed Southern detective Benoit Blanc, who travels to Greece for his latest case. The film stars Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson, Dave Bautista, Janelle Monáe, Catherine Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr., Jessica Henwick, and Madeline Klein. I feel like this is the kind of movie that the less you know going in, the better. I mean, I know that some people are just, they have to see a trailer before they see a movie, but I'm telling you, this one, the less you know, the better. It's just one of those where I feel like the trailers actually give you misdirects about what this movie's actually going to be about, and it just kind of, it messed with me a little bit. My wife, on the other hand, went in completely blind, and she loved it. So I think, yeah, go in blind. So for that reason, no spoilers in this review. This is coming out on December 23rd on Netflix, but Netflix did something special here and did a week-long sort of sneak preview from November 23rd to November 29th. Today's the 28th. I wanted to watch it earlier, but I couldn't because I was sick. In fact, I think you can still hear it in my voice, but that means you only have one day to see this movie if you want to. But otherwise, yeah, watch it on Netflix this December 23rd. This is the kind of movie that for some reason, Hollywood just doesn't seem to want to make these kinds of movies anymore. A star-driven, effects light, all-around good time. I don't see what the problem is. I mean, Knives Out, again, came out 3 years ago, widely popular, very, very successful, and yeah, this one is no different. Ryan Johnson seems to be one of the most loved people on the internet. I mean, there's absolutely no controversy surrounding this guy. No, seriously, The Last Jedi aside, there's no beating around the bush here. I think Ryan Johnson is one of the best storytellers we have today. Seriously, he's one of the best. Yeah, he writes and directs his own movies, and he's really good at it. There are twists and turns galore in this movie. You will constantly be off balance, like in the best way. Like there are times when I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure things out, and then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna relax and enjoy the ride, and the ride is fantastic. All of the actors here are great, like every single one. Some are playing against type, and then some are kind of leaning into some of their, I guess, personas that some people have said about them, like on the internet, which is really, really fun to see. But you can tell all of them are just having a great time, especially Daniel Craig, who, look, I don't like to take sides, I guess, when it comes to actors. I mean, an actor can be a great actor in a bad movie or whatever. But for some reason, Daniel Craig's one of those people that I'm just really, really happy for him. He's found a character in Benoit Blanc that is a character that he can just continue to play as long as he wants to. It's not hard on his body. He doesn't have to do all these crazy stunts. He can just come in, have fun, and do really, really well. For me, though, the standout in this movie is Janelle Monáe. I thought she was fantastic in Hidden Figures. If you haven't seen that movie, that's a great one. Really, really good movie. But here, she gets to do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to acting. And I don't really want to go into too much detail other than it's really, really fun to watch her work. When comparing it to Knives Out, I felt like the camera work was just a little more pedestrian. It didn't really stick out to me like it did in Knives Out. But maybe that's because I was so stuck into the movie, like just so drawn in, that the camera moves didn't matter. I don't know. It'll be interesting on a second watch if I notice some more things there. But the other thing too is that I felt like this one, story-wise, it took a little while to get going. And it felt like we were just kind of ambling along. And the pacing at the beginning just felt strange to me. Now, again, this might be fixed in, when I see it again. But at least that first time I was like, it actually had me a little worried. I was like, oh boy, okay, This is going to be interesting. But then the movie, once it starts going, man, it just doesn't stop. And it's just so much fun. It's such a fun movie that it's probably one of my highest recommendations for a movie this year. It is so much fun. Give it a shot when you can. So, Glass Onion. I'm sort of curious if people got out to see this one, like me. I just really, really enjoyed this movie, and I'd love to hear what you think about it. Let me know down below. We'll talk about it because that's fun. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.